Okay, I think I'm ready.
Are you
Where'd my
sure?
notes go? I have too many things open. Do you just have a list of things that you think you want to watch someday, even though you keep watching the same episodes of The Office and Bob's Burgers?
Like a list in your head or a
No,
list?
I have it typed up.
No.
And I referred to it the other day when I was like, that thing sounds good. I'm going to put that on my list.
Did you actually like
The
watch
only
anything?
new thing I've been watching is The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh. I don't think I can watch it.
I was watching it this morning while Ryan was getting... Okay, it wasn't morning. It was like 1 p.m. when Ryan was getting ready for work.
Mm-hmm.
And they were having like a religious moment. He's like, what the fuck are you watching? The Handmaid's Tale. And then I'm telling him all the depressing things that are happening in the episode. He's like, why are you watching that stupid shit? I'm like, it's good.
I mean, I really enjoyed the book, but I heard some really crippling things about the show. Like it would make me
enjoyed
feel
the
bad
show
about myself.
way better than the book so far.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in love with the main character.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have to give it a shot.
It'll probably send you into depression.
Is it the same group of people in the second season? Okay, so it just continues.
Following the main Handmaids Tale.
Okay.
There are other little stories intertwined.
Okay. Also, I just want to let you know, you might feel like I might have a centipede infestation.
Oh my God.
Because I just showered accidentally with Satan. I'm not kidding. So I can't see anything whenever I take my glasses off. I don't know. I'm blind as a bat.
That is a scary way to live your life.
Like, if I look over my glasses, I can't tell who you are. I can see like the outline of...
Wow.
I can see like
I'm
a
glad
blur.
I'm not that blind.
So, I swear I looked in the shower. Because who doesn't before they get in? I don't know. I'm always paranoid. But it didn't work out this time. I looked and I didn't see anything. But as soon as I get in the shower, I go to dunk my head under the water. Right before I close my eyes, I see like a brown blob.
No.
For me to be able to see it without my glasses on is impressive.
Was it like 1,000-legger?
What do you mean?
You know,
it was like one of those
1,000-legger.
ones that has so many legs it looks fuzzy.
1,000-legger.
I've never heard of it called that.
Ryan calls it 1,000,000-leggers.
Okay.
Let me.
I mean,
I'm gonna gag thinking about it. We get them in our apartment too.
Yeah, it's awful. So I had like, I don't know if you ever had to just evacuate your shower before.
Stuff like that.
But, it was like that.
That's 1,000-legger.
Yeah, it was awful.
That makes me want to vomit.
So I continued my shower and I just kept an eye on him the whole time. This fucker was so big, I couldn't rinse him down the drain. So I get out of the shower and I smash the fuck out of it, and his legs literally blow up all over my tub. You look like you're gonna be sick.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah. It took me almost as long to like clean my tub out as it did for me to shower. I don't want to do that again. But everyone knows like how bad it feels to get in the shower and then have to leave before you're done. It doesn't feel the same getting back in there the second time. So I just went for it.
I'm traumatized. I mean, I get them too.
I only get them in the bathroom.
I had one in my tub not that long ago, and I just ran and got the vacuum and sucked that bad boy up.
That's impressive. I do that with spiders sometimes.
You don't always get them with the first like smack of a shoe.
No.
And then they keep crawling because they have the 900 other legs.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed that the legs blew up like they did. It was crazy. Your face right now is great.
Do you not know about how I react to bugs?
Not really.
Terribly.
Okay.
Those are the fucking worst.
They are the worst.
Ryan has chased me with other bugs, not those, because he hates those.
If you like centipedes, I don't want to talk to you. Like, you're not worth knowing.
I've also ate bugs, but that's a different story.
I've had bugs before.
Yeah. We've probably conversed about eating bugs.
Yeah, like grasshoppers. That's normal.
But if it was in my apartment, I would probably cry.
A grasshopper?
Anything.
Anything. Okay. That's pretty intense.
Until the day that I moved out, I would trap bugs with like a bowl or a container or something if my mom wasn't home.
And then
Because
just
I
make
could-
someone else deal with it?
I would call her and be like, you have to come home right now. I moved out when I was 23. Until I was 23, I did that. And she kept saying, I don't know how you're going to live on your own. What are you going to do? And my solution was to go live with men.
They'll take care of it. Maybe. Or
One
just
of them
he'll just chase you around
was
with
a
it.
PB. It's an abbreviation.
You want to elaborate?
A pussy bitch.
I thought it was for pickle biter.
You've never heard that before. He's probably also that. And is also afraid of bugs.
Oh, okay.
And I'd be like, kill that thousand legger. I'm not going near it. Get it. He's like, oh, I don't want to. You do it. I'm like, no.
I want to adopt that name for them.
Thousand legger?
Thousand legger.
That's a thing.
I've never heard
It
it.
came up when I Googled them.
Are you? No, you're just
Thousand?
messing with me.
No, thousand legger bug.
So what if you lived in a place
House
that...
centipede. How to get rid of thousand leggers.
Wow.
That's the first thing that comes up.
What if we had those huge centipedes that could like wrap around your arm and bite you?
I would end my life. Life would not be worth living.
They're in a lot of places.
No.
Yeah. Wait, didn't you go to Arizona? I'm pretty sure they're in Arizona. There's lots of shit that wants to kill you in Arizona because it's hot.
Yeah. My dad was like, what are you going to do when like a scorpion comes in your place? It's like, probably just end my life and cry.
You never see the scorpions. You know they hide in shoes. That's like the number one way. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But
You know,
that's
today
like
I was just thinking, if I had lots of money, where would I move? I was like, would I go to Phoenix? Would I try that? No, I'd probably go live in the woods away from society.
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
And you have all that money, you can get yourself like fiber internet, personally done,
I don't know what that is, but
fast stuff.
as long as I can watch TV.
I mean, you'd be streaming everything. But if you have enough
Well,
money,
that's what I mean.
you can get services anywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
in this scenario, I have all of the money to live life comfortably and not have to work. And I can
Okay.
go hide it. Be away from people.
We can only hope. So, this is Chalk Outline. I'm Cody.
I'm Katie.
See, it's awkward when it goes the other way, right?
I don't know.
You did it last time to
I
me
don't like-
and really put me on the spot.
To say I can't do that seriously. Say my name. Like, I can't.
Yeah, no one...
That's why last time I had to speak in German.
No one likes to do it.
What is with that?
Oh, I don't know. But, who are we talking about today?
I'm going to butcher every name I have to pronounce.
I think it's understandable this time.
Tamara Wait, hold on. Let me practice. I should have done this prior. Samsonova? No?
That's how I would say it.
Samsonova.
Yeah.
I'm sure that sounds...
I think
Not
we're
right,
100% correct. Believe in yourself.
Let's just refer to her as Granny Ripper, like the internet likes to.
Or Baba Yaga, which I don't really understand.
That has to mean something that we're too American to know.
No, it's a Slavic
Oh.
folklore character.
Wow, how
It's
was
like
I
this
supposed to know that?
old witch that tortures people.
Well, now I like it.
I don't know if that's correct, but I
Also,
know it's...
just psycho in all capitals.
Okay.
That's just on Google right now because I have that up.
Oh, all right.
Other name, the Granny Ripper, Baba Yaga, psycho.
I mean, I like Granny Ripper.
Granny Ripper is just easy and it makes sense.
It does. I don't know about you, but I feel like everywhere I looked for information about this lady, it was like the same 10 facts just recycled over and over again.
Yeah, after like 3 searches, I gave up.
Yeah.
Because it was only like, I mean, I mainly have my information from Wikipedia and Murderpedia because where else would you go? And they elaborated on slightly different topics within
Mhm.
the same thing, but everything else was the same.
Okay.
And Murderpedia had like several little articles, but they were all the same thing.
Yeah.
I assume the problem is that there's probably more information in Russia.
Maybe. I mean, there was some stuff that I tried looking for, going out of my way to look for, and I still couldn't find it.
I started watching a video.
And then
It's
you
just
didn't
when you
finish it?
Google her name. So I clicked on the first video, but
Uh-huh.
it was really annoying. Like the girl talking about it.
Yeah, I tried watching a couple videos on websites, and it all seemed like super clickbaity. Maybe
I don't even know the thing I was watching. I don't want to insult the girl. Not that I even know her name off the top of my head. But she was like, people talk about this in a way that they can make fun of it and blah, 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 blah. And that's not nice. I'm like, well, that's what I'm about to do. So I don't like this video. Stop being sensitive.
I don't know. Do you want to start off with like early life or do you
That
want me
makes
to?
sense. Okay. So first of all, I was going to start with her birth. I have 2 different dates, so I don't know what you have.
I have April 25th, 1947.
I have that, and then on a different article I read she was born on February 5th, 1947. Not that it's a huge difference, but
You'd think that would be one fact that they could get straight.
no.
Not at all.
And then I have in Uzor. No, I can't even. Uzor?
I don't know how to pronounce
Uzhor, but now known as, can't say that either, Krasnoyarsk? Cry? I'm offending someone.
Probably, but that's fine.
I tried.
At least you're saying it, not me.
I mean, whatever. I upset people all the time.
Okay.
What's new? Apparently, I'm still bitter about my work day yesterday.
Well, hopefully your day tomorrow's better. It's
Get
over now.
lectured
Get
at
over
work.
it.
Okay. I mean, there's not, from what I could find, too much on her early life other than she went to Moscow State Linguistic University. I don't know if my notes are clear because they're not right now as I'm reading them.
Okay.
She either met her then husband there or afterwards. Did she meet him there?
Actually, that's not clear to me. I have that she graduated, she moved to St. Petersburg, and then married Alexei Samsonov. I don't know if that's Alexei or not.
I think that's Alexei.
But yeah, I don't know if
Wait,
she
here's a
met him
question
there.
that I'm just realizing in this moment because I also have Alexei Samsonov, but
Mhm.
how come her last name has an A on the end and his doesn't?
Why
is that?
Okay, time to offend some more people, but I'm pretty sure they suffix their names differently depending on not gender, but like household title,
Okay.
kind of. I could be totally wrong.
Well, I know
think I remember
nothing.
learning something about that reading The Brothers Karamazov.
Never heard of it.
Okay, fine.
The only other thing I really have about her early life, I guess, before murders, is that she then also worked for a travel agency in the Grand Hotel Europe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I have that little note that I'm sure you came across that she was possibly hospitalized 3 times in psychiatric hospitals. She's
Mhm.
believed to be schizophrenic.
Yeah. One thing, though, I have in my notes that seems like the most astounding fact is that she retired after 16 years.
I think I read that and was like, whatever.
Like, what did you do that you can retire after 16 years? Because it didn't
And tell us.
It didn't seem impressive. It just seemed like she was a regular lady that goes on to possibly eat people. Also, I couldn't find. I hope that she ate people.
That's weird.
Just like deep down inside.
It would make the story cooler in a morbid way.
No, it's like, okay, you have a person that kills people. Those are like trophies. But if you eat them, it's like
She's just trying to hide the evidence.
It's like a necessity for her. Like that was a need. Right? It makes it almost okay to kill people.
I think you're trying to rationalize cannibalism and I'm not there yet.
Okay, well give me some time. I'll get you there.
No thanks.
So I guess the first thing that kicks this off is like her husband ended up disappearing.
Right.
So it's believed that she killed him, but I couldn't find anything that...
There's like nothing, really.
There's really nothing. Like, whenever I first started looking at what she was suspected of, I guess she... I don't know. There's only like 2 confirmed murders under her belt, right? That's all I found. But
That's all I really
she's-
only have good information on like that other old lady and then a possible tenant.
yeah,
But that I think is purely just based out of her diary.
okay. Yeah, I mean it seems like she killed a tenant that she had in her apartment like after her husband died.
Right.
She started just renting a room out. I guess she couldn't live off of her retirement money after
Maybe
16
she
years
should have
of
kept working.
But
Or maybe she had to retire because she killed someone there.
maybe that's where it all started. Oh, so she worked at like a travel agency or something like that?
That's what I have.
So maybe she was killing people the entire time and just shipping their body parts all over the world.
No, she only liked to put body parts on that one street.
Yeah. It's like
She's not that creative.
like marking her territory.
But maybe she was better back in her youth. And maybe towards the end, if she was schizophrenic, she stopped taking some meds, was having a lot of delusions or
maybe
something.
So do you have any information on when her visits at the hospitals supposedly were?
Nope. Maybe you should have tried to look into that more.
I tried and I couldn't find anything. I'm starting to think that most things about this lady are just made up.
It's possible. What I think is happening from what I read is that, so she's still awaiting trial right now. She's just in prison. She's been, if I'm correct, and maybe getting the information over to America is delayed. I don't know. But she's been in prison for like 5 years waiting for her trial.
Yeah.
And I read that they don't want to reveal all the information in her diary, but clearly someone's leaking stuff from the inside.
I wish the whole diary was just like exposed and
even
translated.
if it's just nonsense that she is just in some sort of like delusional state and just writing madness. I would buy that. I'd read it.
Right?
Assuming it's like under $20.
I mean, something that interesting.
All right,
should
I would
be
spend
like,
up to 30.
Okay. I was going to say it should be like public domain free.
I mean, it should, but I'm just picturing it's on the shelves at Barnes & Noble's. Nice hardback cover. I read that she like blew kisses to the cops or whatever. I want that to be the cover.
Yeah, she's like enjoying her stay in prison. Like she looks forward to
a free
everything.
Meal.
Free retirement's not so bad. So the only real like information about a murder that I could find was about what turned out to be her roommate after a while. Like she ended up living with
Valentina Yolanova.
Yes.
If I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
That name's a little easier.
So apparently her apartment was getting renovated, and from what I understand, there was a mutual friend of the two that said, "Hey, Valentina, you should let this lady live with you." I don't know if that's right. It sounds a little weird to me.
Basically what I have. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, so Valentina Olenova agreed. And
Old people are just lonely.
I guess, but that's just weird. Also, it seems like everything went downhill just because of a dispute over like a dirty cup.
Okay, I have two different things about that. I read the dirty cup story.
Okay.
That's what she supposedly told the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
I killed her because we fought over like washing a dirty cup.
Who says that?
The schizophrenic
like
old lady.
You couldn't just make up a better story. Like you couldn't try and make it sound like it was more her fault than, well, we were arguing over dirty dishes.
Right.
One thing led to another, and next thing you know, I was boiling her head for stew.
What? You got to do you.
I guess.
The other thing that I read is that Tamara enjoyed living with Valentina, but Valentina, I guess, wanted her to leave. And Tamara tried to refuse to leave.
Yeah, she was just like,
fought.
Nah, I'm
and
good
maybe
here.
then the fight was the dirty cup. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyways, that led to Tamara poisoning Valentina.
Yeah, really drugged her up. She went and got basically what I read was like Valium.
Yeah, so it was, well, my information, she convinced a pharmacist to sell her No, I don't know. How do you say that word?
Phenazepam?
Sure.
I don't know if that's
I
correct.
studied drugs in college. Just throwing that out there.
It was a benzo.
Yeah. So I read that it was developed in the Soviet Union in 1975. They used it to treat mental disorders such as schizophrenia. So maybe it was something that she could get a prescription for, because maybe that's what she was supposed to be taking. I don't know.
It's possible.
And then I was just looking into it even more, and it's not even legal in the US. It's not FDA approved.
Yeah, I don't really...
It's legal in a few countries, though.
Well, I mean, it was like a Soviet Union drug, so it might just be not approved out of principle. Who knows?
Maybe.
Because there's definitely a lot of... its cousin is what? Xanax?
I don't know.
Or something?
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I looked into it a little bit, but I didn't write the stuff
College
down. I'm
wasn't
like,
even
I'll remember
that long
this.
ago for me.
Okay, whatever.
But, I took that one class that was like, let's learn about drugs to treat mental disorders.
Okay.
There's more to that class.
Well, I really expected you to just deliver on this, and you didn't.
It's hard when you don't know how to pronounce words. Okay, so she put that in her food. That way Valentina wouldn't suspect it.
Yeah, but it was a salad.
I don't understand.
How do you hide pills in a salad unless she crushed
it? No, that's bad crushing display that I'm doing. And then, you just sprinkle it on, pour the dressing on top of the salad, mix it all up. Boom, you're dead.
She didn't die from the pills, though. Huh? Everything. Okay.
I have two different things again.
You have two different. I choose to believe that she sawed her up while she was still alive.
So there is that she started just hacking away before knowing the body was dead. But then I also have what I read and wrote, and maybe I read wrong. I don't know. Was that once Valentina was dead, Tamara decided to dismember the body?
No, I don't believe that. It doesn't seem right. Maybe it's just wishful thinking. I don't know. Did you read anything about the black magic?
Just a little bit, but
makes...
nothing really. Just that she had like black magic books.
Yeah.
And then I have a little note. This is way ahead of myself. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? I have weird books too. Like, it was like she has black magic books and astrological books. And I was like, I have some weird hippie books that would lead people to believe that I'm crazy too.
Okay. I can be okay with someone having some black magic books, but when you get into like the new age, like...
Well, I don't have astrology
books, you can go fuck yourself.
And I don't believe in it other than when it says Scorpios are like psychopaths. And then me and Ryan are Scorpios. I'm like, wow. I really relate.
Okay. All right. So after she makes her roommate, Valentina, just pass out on the kitchen floor, she starts cutting her up.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls part of her up in a shower curtain that she ripped down, and just put all of her body parts into plastic bags, Dexter style.
That's what you gotta do.
And then she proceeded to just take them outside and, from what I understand, just plop them up and down the street that she lived on.
She's an old lady. She can't move very far.
She was like,
fast.
one for you, one for you, one for you. And cameras are a thing, so...
Did you watch the video of her?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you did too. At first, I was like, I shouldn't be watching this. Assuming that is dead body parts in those bags. You can't really see it. But I'm watching her go up and down those stairs, dragging the bags.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is wrong with me?
I mean, she looked kind of proud of herself. Or maybe that was just
out
me.
The trash.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's more to this. Maybe it wasn't just a dirty cup. Maybe it was I don't know. But, okay. Who is living with someone else, and they're like, you should leave. And you're just like, no, I like it here.
I had that situation.
Instead of just... Okay, fair.
Mistakes were made. I'm sure said person will find a way to find this somehow.
It's gonna be really upset.
I don't care.
Okay. All right. So getting back to the black magic. Apparently, I don't know if it was in the shower curtain, but there was like a page torn out of one of her books.
Okay,
I
didn't read that.
For like a wicked cool spell. I don't know what it was, but apparently that was found with some of the body parts in the bags.
Mm-hmm. Okay, neat.
So I don't know. Maybe she did try something, because I did read too that she kept some of the body parts in the apartment, and she actually boiled something. It was like
I think it was the lungs or something, wasn't it?
something. I don't know.
I read that she tried to eat the victim's lungs.
If you're boiling lungs, I feel like that's very black magic-y.
I don't know. I wouldn't do such a thing.
I don't know why you would consume another person's lungs unless you were like trying to absorb their powers. But what powers does a 79-year-old Russian woman have?
Not the power to clean a cup.
I guess not. And I guess it was a family that lived on the street. They were out walking and they had a dog, and the dog was like, "Hey, something smells good." And it went over and opened up one of the bags. I don't know. I also found that the bags with the body parts sat around for a couple of days until anyone investigated it.
I have a little bit about that. So she would have dismembered Valentina on July 23rd in 2015, assuming that's correct. And then it was like 3 days later that one of the neighbors found. I read that it was just like some of the limbs that were wrapped in the curtain, the shower curtain, near a pond, which was still on that same street, which I apparently didn't write the name of the street down where she lived, but that was public information. And that it wasn't necessarily attracting any attention, so it must have been the dog. I didn't have that, but my dog would probably be into that too. And then the next day, after the body parts were found, they were able to identify it as Valentina. So they went to her apartment.
Yeah. So between the fact that they knocked on the dead lady's door and the same lady that they caught on camera carrying a bunch of trash bags out that matches, the bags that have the body parts in, answers this girl's door. It pretty much wrapped it up there.
Yeah, I read that when they went in, they found blood in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things, and then I wrote, what does that mean? So
other things, what does that mean?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
The only thing I found was the blood in the bathroom, and they found one of the fasteners for the shower curtain that was used to wrap up some of the body parts.
That's probably the part I didn't understand.
It was just hanging out. I don't know how you miss cleaning something like that up.
She's an old lady,
I guess. But
they arrested her then. That was all they needed.
Yeah. There's really not much else to it besides she's still sitting in jail. Prison? Not jail.
I assume prison.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know for sure.
It's unfortunate that nothing has come of this, but she is being investigated in connection to 14 murders.
Right. So everything I was reading was like, she's connected to at least one, but up to 11 murders. And then in the same thing, it was like, but she's connected to 14 murders. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
It's very
How
confusing.
are you going from 11 to 14?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I read, too, that she, in the diary that she was keeping, which I don't know who does this, but she was keeping it in 3 different languages, Russian, English, and German. She confessed to 11 murders.
Yeah, I think I read that, which I'm assuming that's where the 11 comes from. And maybe there are just 3 others that are similar.
Maybe. Did you see the one entry that was translated and released?
Probably because I have some notes from quotes. Wait,
well,
where are they?
Read it, then.
I can't find it.
Well, then I'll read it.
No, I found it. Is this about the tenant?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say some of these words. How do you say his name?
Volodya? That's how I would say it.
Volodya. Did I say it right? I
Sure.
killed my tenant, Volodya, cut him to pieces in the bathroom with a knife and put the pieces of his body in plastic bags and threw them away in different parts of Frenzensky district.
Sure. Why are those words
Frunzensky.
so difficult to pronounce?
And I studied, not that this is German, but like those kinds of words like that. You know, I studied German for so long.
All I've gained from you talking about your education is that it has failed you.
It's completely left my mind.
That's fine.
Yep.
At least you can still count in German.
Eins, zwei, drei, vier. Boom.
God damn it.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much all there is to this. So you don't believe that she ate people?
I don't know. There's only a little bit about that. I feel like maybe it's just a media story.
That's just ignorant and rude, and it upsets me that you don't believe in that. I really want her to be a cannibal. I don't know why.
How do people do that? I don't know. I'm sure that exists, but at the same time, it's like a ghost. There's no proof, is there? And I'm sure that's wrong.
What, that there's no proof of ghosts?
No, of cannibals.
Oh. Yeah, there's still people that eat other people right now that are alive.
No,
We know of
I don't believe that.
We know of tribes of people that eat at least human organs.
So it's more, I don't, like, that idea grosses me out, so I don't want to believe it.
Okay.
So I just
That's
don't.
fair.
It doesn't exist. It's not real.
But you have to acknowledge that it's
No.
a thing.
No.
Okay, fine. Well, do you have anything else to add?
I have a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we already mentioned that she did confess. Well, depends how you define confess to 11 murders. It's that they found her diary, and in there she had talked about 11 different murders.
Mm-hmm.
This is then when I started talking about her books, that they were like, oh, she had this black magic book. She's definitely a murderer. And I was like, who the fuck cares? I have weird books too. I'm not killing people.
That we know of.
No, I can't. I'm all talk.
You are all talk.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, when I talked about her being a cannibal, the only thing I really have is that I read it's possible she ate their lungs. And it's just that, like, a police source said cannibalism is not excluded.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
That's not enough information for me to be convinced.
I just really want to believe it in my heart. Is that so wrong?
Probably. Okay, I have a little bit, not too much information on just kind of like other murders.
Mm-hmm.
So the article I was reading, and I couldn't find when the article was written, but it was like 12 years ago. But that article could have been old. I don't know. So I don't know how many years ago. On that same street she lived on, they found a headless, armless, and legless man's body. So I assume just his torso. So that's one that she's connected to.
Okay.
Just because it fits.
Sure. Yeah.
It might not fit any of her diary entries, though. And so maybe that's why, like, how they're getting to 14. Because they're just like, this seems similar. And I guess the time span from her, I think it's from her diary, was like 1995 to 2015. So it would have been in that time period.
Okay. I mean, it seems like it fits.
So, if my notes make sense, that they were maybe, from what I'm reading, able to identify who that body part belonged to. And they found his business card in her flat.
Oh.
So I think that was one of their connections.
Okay.
So she probably did that. Why else are you having a dead body part man's business card? I don't know.
Okay. So how do you pull all this off?
And then suddenly you're just so sloppy and get caught?
Well, I was going to go with how do you pull all this off when you're a lady in your 70s? It's not like you're going to outmuscle people and just throw them in.
I assume that she was just poisoning everyone first. Unsuspecting old lady, come in and have some food. Who's going to say no? And then you're like, I want to poison you. Okay, now you're unconscious.
So if there's
Where's my hacksaw?
So if there's just a random lady on your street, old lady, and she's like, come in and have some food, you're going to be like, all right.
Okay, first of all, probably. Second of all, this has nothing to do with this other than kind of, sort of, relates. My roommate, I don't know if he wants me even talking about him on here, so I won't like say his name or anything.
Oh,
He's
boy.
not going to listen to this as far as I know. He was doing something with his, like, oh my God, what was it? Something related to his fraternity from back in the day. I don't know. I really don't remember the full context, but it involved him going to a strange old lady's house. And I think she was like, do you want some tea or some coffee, whatever it was? And then like got old coffee or old tea, whichever it was.
Uh-huh.
And then like heated it up in the microwave for him. It wasn't like she was just making him new stuff.
Okay. All right.
And he didn't have the heart to say no. And then she poured some milk in it for him. And he said the milk was coming out like chunky or something. And he just was too polite in this moment to this old lady stranger that he didn't know. And I don't remember exactly the relation of him being there. So he just drank the nasty drink.
Oh. That sounds like it should just be in a movie.
No, he should really tell you that story himself because I've butchered it. And it's way funnier when he tells that depressing story.
I don't know. That could be like the intro to like the Human Centipede 3 or something like that. I really don't understand.
I've never seen those movies.
You've never seen Human Centipede?
Why would I watch that?
I don't know.
Why would anyone?
What
is wrong with anyone out there who's watched that?
You gotta watch it at least once.
No, I've seen the South Park episode where they make fun of that. And that disturbs me.
Well, that's very mild compared to the actual movie.
I can only imagine.
Oh, well. Gonna have to watch it sometime.
No. Anyways. The only little extra bit of information I have is just that Russian detectives don't want to release her diary or any information from that until the investigation is completed. But it sounds like it's been ongoing for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get on that.
She's in a psychiatric hospital right now, isn't she?
Oh, see, I don't know. I thought she was in prison.
I mean,
that probably makes more sense. They're probably like, you're crazy.
I see that in 2015, at the end of 2015, that she had psych results come back and say that she was a danger to herself and society.
I have that somewhere. I must have missed it.
And she was placed in a specialized institution. So I don't know if that, just in general, slows everything down. Especially if she has a history of being institutionalized. I don't know. I mean, I know she has confessions and like this crazy diary, but I don't know if that just discredits everything because you can't believe anything that she says. She's got a history of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know how that works in general because I feel like it would discredit it pretty heavily. But
I don't know.
I know nothing about it.
And then I have a little quote here. So at one point, a judge, and I don't know the context, maybe it was like a judge determining if she should go to the psychiatric hospital, said, "I am asked to arrest you. What do you think?" And she said, "You decide, Your Honor. After all, I am guilty and I deserve a punishment." And then they said they were going to hold her in custody, and she clapped her hands and smiled. And then she also blew kisses to reporters or something, which I just looked up because I wanted to see that. So she did. I have a picture of her just like blowing a kiss. And then she told the reporters, "I knew you would come. It's such a disgrace for me. All the city will know."
That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's really creepy, actually.
If I was an old lady serial killer, I'd probably do things like that. Like if I got caught, be like, how can I mess with these people from the inside?
You gotta ham it up then. You're at the end of the line anyways.
Yeah.
You know, your freedom's at the end of its line, you know, going to prison. And you're old. You don't really have much time left. Just go for it.
On this thing that I'm on now, it's linked to Murderpedia. I don't know how I didn't come across this, mainly because I got frustrated. This says in an interrogation, she admitted that she did boil the severed head and hands.
Hams?
Sorry,
hands. Human hams?
Hands of her victims. Maybe she's also eating hands.
Just imagine like walking into your grandmother's place.
No.
She's sitting on the couch watching Jeopardy. Just munching on a hand.
I would just leave. I don't think I would report her or anything. I would just leave.
Oh, okay. You would just leave. You just be like, I'm gonna make sure that I never think about this again.
Yeah.
Hope that it doesn't happen again.
Don't invite me over for dinner anytime soon.
Okay, so you're just gonna let your gram continue to kill people?
Why not?
All right.
If that's what she wants to do.
What a good granddaughter.
I was listening to a different podcast today. It was clearly My Favorite Murder.
Okay.
And they were talking about, like, would you turn in a relative if you knew they were murdering people?
Mm.
And, like, probably, but I just said I would cover up for my grandma if she was eating people's hands.
I mean, grandmas hold like a special place in your heart. I don't know. I might cover up for mine. There's a lot of family members that I would not cover up for.
Who did it? What's their reasoning? Maybe those aren't the right things to say. Hopefully I'm never in that situation.
Hopefully. But you never know. Did you have anything else?
I really don't.
I was really excited when we started this. Super disappointed about how much information or lack of information is out there.
Again, I just assume it's because they haven't reached their final conclusions on all of this. They don't know. They're still investigating. And it's in Russia. So I don't know. Probably not everything has been translated.
That's fair.
So we have limited information.
Yeah. You know, and who knows? Maybe they just don't push that information out. Who knows?
I don't know. Not me.
Okay. Well, if that's all you have, then I guess we're done.
That's all I got.
Did you make that Instagram account yet?
Nope. LOL.
Okay. All right.
I'm all talk. I'll do it eventually.
All right. So, again, I guess we should always kind of plug social media.
That
Twitter,
makes sense.
Chalk Outline Pod. Email is chalkoutlinepodcast@gmail.com. Our stuff is on YouTube now. It's just Chalk Outline Podcast. Very difficult to find.
Let me look it up.
Just the name of the podcast. And eventually we'll have an Instagram account.
I'm getting there.
So
Chalk Outline Podcast.
if you made it this far, you should probably subscribe, you know, wherever you're listening, and leave us a rating and be like, hey, what was that face for?
On YouTube, when you search Chalk Outline Podcast, I just don't care for, like, it shows up for me. It's like the first thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the third thing is 3 Days Grace.
I know. After we made the name, apparently they made a song called Chalk Outline. And when you search on Spotify and stuff, now, if you search for a podcast, we come up. But initially, all you found was 3 Days Grace stuff.
I feel like I remember looking it up to try and make sure no one else was using this name in this context. But I must not have come across that song.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
eventually, we're going to overpower 3 Days Grace.
What a goal to have.
And take over. Chalk Outline will be ours, not theirs.
Great.
Okay. Well, adios. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye. That's all I got. Goodbye.